I want to thank you all for joining us today to discuss our financial regulatory landscape. It's incumbent upon this committee to highlight the indispensable roles of Public Company Accounting Oversight Board, PCAOB, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA, and the Financial Accounting Standards Board, FASB, in upholding transparency, accountability, and stability within our markets. However, recent developments have raised significant concerns, necessitating a thorough review of their approaches and impacts. Let's begin with the PCAOB. Recently, proposed amendments, notably the non-compliance with laws and regulations no-clear proposal, raised red flags regarding the potential overextension of auditors' responsibilities. As Chairman McHenry and I noted in a letter to the PCAOB that we sent in August, these amendments not only divert crucial resources from the primary focus on auditing financial statements, but may also compromise audit quality. And the anticipated costs associated with these changes are staggering, potentially comparable to Sarbanes-Oxley. This could lead to an alarming $18.2 billion fee increase, a burden that would ultimately fall on everyday investors. Moreover, the PCAOB's new approach upends U.S. auditor independence and forces them to function as law enforcement agents. Now, turning to FINRA. I and many of my colleagues are concerned that FINRA has strayed far from its original purpose. It has developed into an overzealous and unaccountable, I'm going to say quasi-governmental entity that looks and acts a lot more like the SEC than the member-driven SRO that Congress originally established. The composition of its board, primarily consisting of individuals not directly involved in the industry, raises particular concerns around accountability. And moreover, we have questions about FINRA's leadership's supervision of its operations and activities, including its enforcement function, which market participants tell me is inflicting unnecessary and excessive costs and uncertainty on the industry. As an SRO, we would also expect to see increased formal engagement from FINRA on issues critical to the brokerage industry. These include, but are not limited to, the SEC's proposed regulation best interest, a rule that FINRA has had on its books and effectively enforced for decades, the so-called predictive data analytics rule, which would strike at the heart of the brokerage industry's ability to serve its customers with basic technology, and the substantial costs and privacy concerns associated with the consolidated audit trail. And yet FINRA has declined to provide formal comments to the SEC on many of these key issues, showing too much deference to SEC Chair Gensler's and his progressive agenda. For far too long, FINRA has escaped serious oversight from this committee, and under Republican leadership, those days are over. Finally, FASB's recent initiatives warrant attention, particularly its approach to income tax disclosures and the inclusion of sustainability reporting in its 2023 strategic plan. While supporting FASB's goal of offering valuable information to investors, we must ensure that these new projects are not influenced by activists or serve as a conduit for pushing social and political agendas into generally accepted accounting principles or GAAP. In light of these pressing issues, it is imperative for Congress to closely scrutinize the proposed changes, regulatory expansions, and their comprehensive effects on market efficiency, investor trust, and the robustness of our financial systems. I want to urge all panelists today to engage in thoughtful and collaborative discussions addressing these concerns. Congress keeps a vigilant eye on these developments, and it's imperative that our regulatory framework align with market needs, bolster accountability, and stimulate growth while upholding the highest standards of integrity and transparency. So I thank you all for being here today.